Oh, I think we're almost live. I forgot to add a title on this one, Sister Beatrice, but
Why it's
it
not?
will be fine.
Yes, it's just to verify if we are alive.
Yeah, we're live now if you wish to begin. Thank you.
Divine-gpms.world is a worldwide cumulative gathering of consents for every child, woman, and man to ratify and enact into law worldwide the all-inclusive replacement system of money and law worldwide, as outlined on the consenting website of divine-gpms.world. It is imperative that all worldwide take a couple of minutes and consent to add your accord, children included.
Are we recording, Sister Beatrice?
Yes, it is also recorded by Facebook.
Oh, all right. It didn't show up this time. There it is. All right, great.
Greetings to everyone. We are on divine-gpms.org open public meeting, November 9, 2025. And thank you so much to Rick Jewers. He's the High Priest of Melchizedek Order on earth with us in these great divine times. And also to the Council of Divine GPMS that is keeping GPMS forward, and also to all guardians and representative that they are moving every day GPMS forward. So we hope that many people will join in the near future, and they will be placed on the correct direction um, for GPMS and understanding deeply GPMS and nothing less, how we are saying. Do not do other kind of freedom that is basically no freedom, just moving on circles and moving directly with the higher timeline that it is GPMS on Earth at this time. So Rick George, it is on Earth with two missions. One, it is the Ascension that was never before 2012, and also another one, it is GPMS. We hope that we may have also other location for meetings. One was developed in some weeks ago. The meditation that it is extremely important, especially during the time that we have like the super typhoon that already happened and affects a lot of locations like Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Taiwan, and others. We had also a GPMS meeting last week on Monday with Lodi in Philippines, and several people as representative and guardians from Philippines were not able to reach our Zoom because of the internet connection, because of the flooding that happened there. But we experience coming forward the feminine from India that wants to be very active with GPMS, and we hope that should continue because India, it is extremely important for GPMS. Large number of population in a very small area, and they need also to have access to the earth resources and everything that it is needed there. So as the consciousness is coming more and more towards the planetary need, and also all humanity, not only per location, how the division is already created by the actual freedom movement, we need to approach to have more participation also on the meditation that it is right now open with Rick and also our sister that it is from the UK, spiritual mama, and from there we'll start to gather in the same moment. Then we get into the meditation, and then we are able to affect very positive, in a very positive way, the humanity, the planet, and everything. So Rick, because especially of this super typhoon Uvan, I saw that you posted a little bit and everything that is coming from there, it's really, how can I say, there is a huge impact on losses and material losses and everything. We know that with GPMS we can recuperate quickly, but at the same time, what is happening? And I saw that there are also other 5 locations open on November 5th, white light code activation on Antarctica. So Antarctica is again presented. So please, can you tell us a little bit more about that and also where we are with the ascension today? Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Beatrice. First and foremost, our prayers for our Filipino brothers and sisters and children there with what they are experiencing. I believe this is the 20th major storm this year that has hit there, or perhaps even more than that. So with this current storm, we did take more of an energetic approach at least weakening it. And just one of the last reports when it hit land, yes, the eye is being destructed and it's at least beginning to weaken. The reasons for all of these storms worldwide, we need to look at it on a worldwide basis to understand what is actually occurring. Yes, there is great devastation worldwide, great civil unrest, great chaos. And again, this is all prevalent of this very time that we are in. What is so important is for each to retain and stand fully in their faith and their connection to what is actually occurring and their connection to creation as a whole. And so it's important for all to remain like this. And as we're seeing, once again, these situations, not only in the Philippines, but worldwide, are escalating, intensifying once again. And when we did have a lull, a calm, I believe about a month ago, I had put out in the update that it would intensify much more than before again. And it's connected to a worldwide cleansing, but it's also connected to bringing people together worldwide as well. So there are deeper and important reasons for this, that it must occur because of the savage, evil state, wicked state of most of humanity. So they are, let's say, becoming defenseless, and they have to make the right choices to come together worldwide. As a whole, Earth cannot withstand any more of this negative, evil energy as well. There's too much imbalance worldwide. It had reached such a critical point that there has been the more of the direct divine intervention in here to balance and to begin to harmonize things. And one of the great uh, instruments, divine tools that does that is Divine-gpms.world, by orienting more towards the reality. So it is the great hope, but it is real. This is the important distinction between Divine-gpms.world and any other venture of the past. This is being done lawfully, technically, logically, and really. It's really being done. And it is the matter of the choice by all worldwide to support it. So, having said this, in reality, also, things are very complex. But when you look at all of reality as being energy, and negative and positive, and masculine and feminine are the major energetic orientations in this dimension. They play a huge role. So not only the evil being negative and of course the good souls being positive, you also have the feminine and masculine energy. And with both things, when it's separated, the longer it's separated, the more chaos it causes. Separation is negative, unity is positive. And you see this prevalent with the current beast system to destroy families, to separate children from their families, from their moms. And again, the energetic, unconditional love bond between a mother and a child is so important in on this earth. And part of the beast system was designed to break that and to also break the families. But again, it's not only with the mother and children, it is the real relationships between a masculine and a feminine that also creates and generates equality, balance, and harmony throughout the world. Yes, in the past, most of the world was a patriarchal dominant, and one of the reasons is because the masculine, with their, let's say, imprint of what they were, the stereotype of being the protector, the provider, involved fear-based and aggression. So where the masculine had that within them, they were more easier manipulated consciously and controlled to create such a considerable imbalance at the same time with the feminine being lessened. So this great disparity, if you will, reached such a critical imbalance point in alignment with this ascension that in this reality things could not no longer go forward as they were. Because again, everything is energy and the great imbalances. So, having said this, let me just say most would not understand what I'm about to say, but what is truth and what is factual is that there are divine delegates that are here on Earth that are energetic masters to some degree, and energetics is creation. And so, what this simply means is that I can put it this way, that we have the energetic creation codes to adjust and compensate for everything with Gaia. We are divinely delegated to do this with certain ones. So we do work with the energies and we do work with the energetic ley line grids worldwide to establish a stability with Gaia, with Earth during her ascension into the higher dimensional states. So to just, put it all in a bag there and to attempt to keep it very simple. At the same time, we know what we're doing, but we also see the serious situation. So upon Earth. So with that, again, Divine-gpms .world is a harmonizing agent as well to quell the chaos and the devastation and the destruction. But what is occurring again is the overbalance and the separation by ones being in alignment with fear, hopelessness, and separation, rather than the opposite of coming together, focusing on the love and the unity. We do get through this. However, what I wish to say, which is truth, the longer that it takes, though, the more that will not and do not make it. The numbers are not set in stone on how many will go forward. What I can say, those in alignment with the divine plan and doing all of the energetic, virtuous, and good things do go forward. So everyone is also being tested with your let's say, with all of your past old behavior, your actions, and your deeds, because it all is energy. And in this new world, no one is going to be intentionally harm anyone. So, what this means is that within everyone, you need to change. In the past, let's say most people lied. You cannot do that any longer. That is a distortion. It is a negative energy, and it is not part of the future. Infidelity worldwide, the cheating in relationships had reached such a huge proportion of almost 50% of all relationships worldwide at some degree of betrayal of love from the relationship they were in. This is a distorted energy. Harmonious energy is monogamous relationships and families together. There is no need to look for another outside of a relationship. Once one with their energy begins to do that, it begins to cause a separation, which is reflected into distortion and chaos. In this great time, yes, many relationships had to dissolve with the divorce rates because what is occurring is a reconfiguration and a realignment of relationships that ones need to be with their genetic matches rather than for the old ways of a masculine, a good provider, married for money, and the lavish lifestyles and these sort of things. That is not a part of the new. So these old templates are dissolving, and those old template relationships do not hold a place into the new because we are creating the harmonious relationships which gets reflected onto planet Earth. So when you have all of the relationships and families together based on love, this is the world that you exist in, and it is so important. Uh, so just to perhaps sum up a lot of things what you just said. And let me just say, sometimes there are storms that, yes, are um, fabricated upon Earth as part of a resistance maneuver. And there are those times when these storms that are out of place, that were not divinely inspired, nor divinely inspired through the intent of souls having fear, meaning that they are intentionally formed, then these are universal laws that are broken, which then allows us to divinely to stand in and take preventative measures at lessening storms and fires and uh, all of these things. This current storm is one of those cases, the super typhoon. This had more nefarious intent in it. So then I was given the instruction last night to put out a clarion call by for our other energetic brothers and sisters worldwide to come. Uh, Lodi, I'm feeling you so much. I got tears in my eyes here and the emotions coming. But we come all together, yes, to assist in lessening the devastating effects of this. So So that is why in this case that we did take more of a proactive measure and we had to take divine action. So it is, to my knowledge, making at least some destruction during the landfall there. But what I wish to say, ones never know what you truly avoid by doing these things, meaning that it could have been much worse. Now we are in this difficult, it's a gray line area that we also said storms must occur, but also these storms are regulated divinely, that there is little death involved in it. And when you usually see death, it's just that one has chosen to ascend, or there is darkness itself that's being eradicated from the timeline. It's important for ones not to judge who is who that is taken from the timeline, but it is to be knowledgeable of what is occurring, because again, the overall darkness cannot go forward into this new world, and things are taken care of on higher levels without complicating it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rick. I saw also that you posted about the children Nia case, and also it's not about the Nia case, it's about basically all the children worldwide, but especially what happened on Austria with the psychological test and everything, how basically the people paid by the government are able to put false diagnostics on people and to kill them under the big pharma. More than that, after that, they are keeping the children on the government institution that offer nothing. So offer nothing good to the children. So a little bit on this kind of the test, the psychological test develops that are also
Well,
available in North America and everywhere in the world. We had the parent of psychology, the analysis there, the psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud, and Freud. So basically, he was the one that started, and he is also presented on the education as University of Psychology and everything. And many places as social worker are asking this psychological background. So for me, it's very hard to, because when I was young, like 16 years old, I started to read a little bit from this psychoanalysis, and everything that I found a lot of distortion at the time. So the God is not there. We cannot analyze in that way, and we cannot analyze too much the human and everything. This is not allowed by God, and especially the direction is extremely bad. So everything basically that is coming from there, it's about the darkness, and this is the darkness education, and this is still kept today. And I hope that the people will start to open the eyes, and they will go after this kind of the test, and especially the developer of the test, because it's extremely hard to pass from because basically you have no access to balance. So if one like that is giving you a diagnosis that it's we know from the beginning that this one wants to involve the mother or the father on this situation to have a false diagnostic. After that, in Canada, in the United States, you cannot go to any kind of other psychologist to be to prove that another one has another opinion. The other psychologist has to be from the few chosen by the order of psychologists, that they are like the high darkness degree, their special gathering, and only this kind of recognized special psychologist. So basically there is also a discrimination there based on the psychologist. So no, not any kind of the psychologist may present the documents in the court like results from another type of analysis. So it's very huge how all the system is keeping that. So we need to probably also to show or to remember to the people these kind of things that they may look into, and they will find this kind of the psychologists that they are also on the back of the new law, euthanasia law in Canada, that is just going forward and killing more people. So again, when we are looking on this Sigmund Freud, that he is the base of the psychoanalysis and everything, nothing related to God there. I was looking when I was only 16 years old, so it's nothing related to God. I have a lot of critics against, and it's just to read again, then I remember. And also looking on the test in the United States, like double negative negation and everything that the people need to pass, and how the courts are running. Basically, they put the father, the lawyer, when you go to the lawyer for the divorce, they are telling you strategy. Then you enter in that strategy that basically you can have the child because the other parent needs to pay the money for the child every month. So the parent, each parent wants also to have the child because it's not able to pay that money all the time. So in this situation, especially the masculinity is invited to be against the feminine because, as you mentioned before, it is the unconditional love there of the mother that needs to lose the child. This is the division from
If
the darkness. And
if I may divinely interrupt, sister, you've got like several topics opened here at once, and each one of them are so important. So if we can, let's break it down. And uh, I'll just begin with the first. And in the first, with psychology, what is occurring on Earth as a result of this ascension cycle is humanity is evolving into super consciousness. The present consciousness state that you have on Earth is primitive for the most part, for the masses. So what you can look at, perhaps as an analogy, is that the masses are still in a Neanderthal state of consciousness, while you have the super consciousness, which is creating the future, is evolving. And with the Neanderthal analogy, that is the fear paradigm, the savageness that is in there to protect and to be aggressive. With the super advanced, harmonious consciousness of humanity, is all of the things that has been seeded, the unity, the harmony, the peace, the love, all of the supportive values of society. So in this time, what you actually have is many in Orthodox medicine, including psychologists, they are ignorant and oblivious to what they don't know yet. So their level of consciousness and perspective is here, and they're only able to evaluate from their own level of consciousness. And if their level of consciousness is still in the fear Neanderthal state, they can possibly not evaluate someone that has advanced in their consciousness. And this is what begins to create the conflict, if you will. And it's a whole mess with it, but it's part of the transitioning and the meltdown of the old orthodox way of thinking and psychology. So again, it's been a very important job with this. But not only that, the current beast system and all of its attributes, especially, let's say, in family court scenarios, again, what you have seen over the years is the progression intentionally by the beast system to put more of a patriarchal control, especially in child custody cases, to sever that important maternal bond, nurturing bond between a mother and the child. Because the darkness intent is always to separate love wherever it may be. and also in relationships in courts. This is why the courts are designed to create lengthy divorce battles and animosity, because it's all about separation instead of reconciliation and reunification if there is some disharmony in a relationship. So the main target is always attacking the love and creating the animosity and the fear, and also with the parents and the children. And, this is one of the most stressful states, is for a mother to lose a child. And this is truth. It's more stressful for a mother to lose a child than the father, because there is that important creational bond that is created before the child is even born, that important mutual relationship when the child is still in the womb, and that special care that is being given to that child. And of course, this carries through until the child is of age to be able to make the child's own decisions, which parent that the child chooses to be with, if you will. But this is where it all got distorted. And again, where the ignorant psychologists, if you will, in the world keep trying to project their savage, evil things upon the family units. And not only is it ignorance, it is also intentional. And with what is currently happening with Sister Nya, and which is a Divine GPMS member, and her children, which both are Divine GPMS members as well. What is occurring? This is much deeper. We are getting into the satanic cultism, if you will. And to just give the full truth, what the darkness wants is these children, because these two children are very advanced, gifted, divine children. So, what is actually occurring here is a worldwide spiritual battle. And we are winning very quickly with this at destroying. We're also destroying their legal system, which is actually illegal and unlawful. It's both. So we turn their own laws against them and show the people how they are breaking their own laws. But when they are able to do that, it nullifies and voids any legal system. So not only are we using Austria as a national example, it's an international example. So this is a very important divine strategy and process, what is occurring, and what we are also, even though all of these things are known to I, it does involve the actual investigation at getting the paperwork, if you will, dug up to prove it also to the rest of the public. And with this, we are most divinely conveniently given everything that we need to do, because this is a divine operation. And it is very important what we are doing. It is lengthy. It has been prolonged. However, it is what is divinely needed to break down the savage system that has been taking so many children, and it gets even much more sicker, as you will see in the coming weeks, as more evidence is exposed and given to the public of what actually was occurring. And so, what you would see now, yes, you have heard others speaking about these same topics, but what we are now doing is showing that these are not conspiracy theories, that these are not isolated things, that they're all part of this huge construct. So we're bringing the groups all together, which is many many people and growing more and more every day to show the people the reality, what was actually out there, but also the nefarious, evil intent to do these things, to harm the children, to harm the families. So we need to do it on pen and paper, if you will. And this is the yucky part, what I say with my divine mission. I did not want to delve into the depths of this hell, but it's in this hell where we have so many divine children and moms and even dads that have been encapsulated by this wicked, evil abuse. And it has to be broken, and I am one to do that. And I've been divinely designated by Father to do what we're doing, and Sister Nya and her children as well, which are our children. They are GPMS members. So I know the law, we know the laws, and there is no contest by them. It's only this amount of time at breaking down their legal justice system in front of all the people so that the people can see the real truths of what has occurred. And during this time with the great awakening and the super consciousness, the evolution of consciousness, the people now are more readily to put the pieces together more quickly and are able to see the truth of this. Currently, I don't think Sister Nya put the public notice out yet today, but what has transpired on Friday, one connected um, child youth services connected attributes attempting to file for insolvency, bankruptcy, and which really we have a lien against all of those properties that legally it cannot do it, yet it's trying to do it to escape accountability and responsibility. But this works greatly in our favor because then we can show the people again, this is more testimony and evidence of the darkness trying to conceal and cover up its tracks. So everything always works divinely in our favor, but it's a process with this. Keep it simple. Thank you, if that makes sense.
Yes, thank you so much. This is huge. Okay, so we have India that join us, also the leader there. And this is really huge for humanity. And also the big pharma that we spoke also in other GPMS meetings that I said white hats try to bring down the big pharma, but you just studied and it was true that basically right now they sacrifice the big pharma because the people started to see what it is inside of the big pharma. So, and basically
No, I need to make this clear. The white hats and the big pharma are all on the ones are all on the same side. And I've said this before, so we don't need to bring that false dark narrative into here. We've said it before. No, these are false narratives, false constructs, and they do not serve the harmonious future for humanity. They're all designed to distract and put one's in complacency, thinking that someone else was doing something for them, but that was all part of the trickery. That's the old story. So we're focused on the unity and giving the people the real truth and the real value and the reality of the new world, what we're creating. And there is no time for evaluating, let's say, and going into the rabbit holes to decipher what is truth and what is not. We just come out, this is truth, this is the divine plan, what we're doing, get on board now. don't waste time, and you don't have time going down numerous rabbit holes being blinded. Get up in the light. Don't go into the rabbit holes. You know what you want. You know what reality should be like, and here it is. We just need everyone to vote and choose for this. Thank you. As soon as possible.
Yes, so just remember to the people that attach to the main website as divine-gpms.org. We have also divine-gpms.org community, where GPMS gathers also healers. And it is about the true ones with medicine based on frequency and everything, their knowledge. Also regarding this test using on the cards and everything against the parents and against the children, it is all based on a lot of false diagnostic, or even that the diagnosis is coming in the correct way. Big pharma cannot give remedies. So anxiety, depression, it's 100% curable. This is not a problem. There are also tests of neurotransmitters today, and a lot of combination of natural products that can bring the individual to have everything lost from the body. And also it is about the medicine by frequency, meditation, and everything. So when we touch into God, the real one, love, eternity, and everything, this cure everything. And the delusional diagnostic that is put by this false representative of health, like a psychologist, just to let the people to know that this false diagnostic as delusional was used in cases from McGill in Quebec, Canada, link with the United States government, that basically everyone that they try to develop at the time UFO from the government, and under this project, if somebody saw a flying object or something like and try to report it to the police, then that one was bring after that in their circle with false psychologists and everything, and delusional false diagnostic. So this is the perfect false diagnostic that exists. There were also cards with the survival in the United States, probably by 2024. So the people needs to start to wake up and to know that they are not alone and move forward. And especially, I think that with the case of Nia case, we should have reporting from the school, because the director and some teacher from there, they were active with the government, like attorney and judges and everything for the children, but also others. They saw all this problem, and they did not wanted to collaborate. So those that they are awake from the school, they need to come forward and to start to tell to the public the truth. So from there, we'll see also an accelerating system. Um, Basically, this system needs to go down more and more and quickly, because we are losing a lot of people, and right now we have also this flooding that touch again and again, and this will never stop until the true divine law as do no harm will enter. So we see right now that it's not only about the money, and the people from the government needs to move forward, because there is divine judgment in place. It's not about the GPMS will bring up courts. It is the divine judgment. This is done by God, and also if they start to move forward right now with GPMS, they will be not losing the jobs. With GPMS, every single one will have a job. So this will be not a problem, and will earn a lot of money. So the money will be not a problem, but we start finally have the true solution for everything that happens, because at this time we just move in circle and we are losing the people. And especially in Canada, um, they try to create this time like even more than 1 year or even 2 years or something, like to let the people in suffering and not having access to a surgery. And basically during all this suffering on pain and everything related, they develop anxiety or depression or something like, and after that we have the euthanasia law that advance right now. So no, it's extremely harming. So the people needs to start to that they are on this situation. They need to start to move forward with GPMS. Yes, Rick.
Thank you. Everyone, uh, well, I need to say this. Everyone's physical vessel in your old human anatomy is changing. Your physical vessels are changing internally. They're being optimized, meaning that anywhere you put your aligned intent, let's say towards healing, and importantly, your diet, what you are going to see is quicker results. If you need to lose weight, you are going to see quicker results with that. If you need to stabilize the sugar within your vessel naturally, organically, you will see these results quickly. You will see your metabolism changing as well. So, what I need to say is that ones just need to pay more attention to your body and know that your consciousness and your energy is now connected more to your organic physical body than any time in the past. And this is being also divinely orchestrated because you are entering a time where there's not going to be any sickness, that everyone can heal themselves. So incrementally and stages, this is what's occurring. So everyone needs to pay attention to their physical vessel and trust it. And one of the first processes with that is to not think you're sick. Think the opposite, that you're healing, and then you activate the healing within you. If you think that you're sick, you keep yourself in a state of sickness because you're programming your body and your energy to think that you are sick. So common sense will tell you, no, you are healing. Keep that in your conscious thought and program your organic vessel into that orientation so it's healing. And this is where you're going to begin to see the miraculous things that you never knew you could do before. And you can practice if you get a little scratch or a little cut on you, intentionally go to heal that quicker, and then you'll begin to see how quick it heals. And this confirms and solidifies more of your power and your ability to do so. So, yes, in this great time, it's these things are becoming more widespread. What I said, you can, when you begin to research these sort of things on the internet, it's becoming more and more widespread. So we're getting the healing modalities and techniques out there that actually really work, but also that apply to these new enhanced organic vessels that you have. Your entire physical vessel is also evolving inside. Old orthodox medicine, prescription, and practices no longer apply to a different humanoid vessel that is now becoming more crystalline based. The old ways do not apply to these physical vessels. And again, with simple things like again with simple things like one's thinking that apple cider vinegar and lemon creates an alkaline pH environment in the body. This thing no longer holds true for the simple reason your digestive acids are also changing because they need to change to be more in line with an alkaline pH level where sickness and disease does not exist. So at this time, even your stomach acids are transitioning, that no longer the old acids that turned lemon juice, citric fruits juice, acetic acids that turn them into alkaline. They are no longer there. And when you put certain ones of you, when you keep eating vinegars, preservatives like ketchup, pickles that has vinegars in them, and if you keep eating citrus fruits, you keep creating a citric environment where you're more prone to aches, discomforts, and diseases, because what it's actually doing is making your vessel more acidic again. And sickness only resides in that pH level that is acidic. So these are new teachings and things that are coming out that contradict even past holistic and health reasoning and these past guidances. And with what I say, it's controversial, it's contradictory to what many knew it. But what I say, with everything I say, is truth. And please, if you are skeptical of what I am saying, confirm it for yourself by doing your own experimentation with these fruits and these acetic acids, and monitor how you feel after you have them. But then also practice abstinence and avoid it for at least a 10-week or a 10-day period, and then see how your physical vessel responds. And it's within that 10-day time period, some it's only 3 days, that you quickly confirm it to yourself what you should be putting in your physical vessel and what you should not, to optimize it. And also, this generates outward into your energetic aura and your effect on overall reality. So you're able to generate a much higher, cleaner energy by also cleaning up what you are eating and what you are drinking. It gets reflected into your energetic field, and as a co-creator, it gets reflected into reality, into creation itself. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So there are also video right now that Yorick are keeping with Spiritual Mama regarding the diet, fasting, detox, and these are the good direction for everyone to.
Well, actually, on that video, no, I only spoke for perhaps a few minutes, and then my connection was not very good. So I'm not sure how it went after I had to leave it, but just to let ones know, there was very little contribution that I was able to put into that one.
Maybe
However,
you
having
made,
said this,
yeah, you made
yeah,
the other.
it's as we go forward, again with the Facebook lives I put out and where I'm interviewed, these you get much more information in those types of productions from I. So, it's a mix and a match and a mix, if you will. And on TikTok, I'm just getting used to it, how it works, and just beginning to make more of a presence in there. So I am, uh, let's say, to some degree, still learning about that as well. And, but nevertheless, the main focus is on spreading the awareness of GPMS.world. And when I'm not doing that, the other focus is on teaching and supporting and empowering ones to the most that I'm able to. Um, with us. If Sister Beatrice, may we ask if it resonates with you to ask Sister Lodi if we can get an update on the Philippines situation right now with the storm? if that resonates,
Yes,
I would love that.
100%, especially after
Thank
the
you.
meeting on Monday, Lodi, when some leaders of GPMS were not present because of the internet and probably their housing may be affected. So what happens there?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. Right now, as what has been forecasted, Typhoon U1 slightly lose its strength um, because of the Sierra Madre Mountain. And the forecast said also that by Wednesday it will be out of the country's um, area of our responsibility. So yes, it's true. I have also felt it because today here in Manila it was signal number 4. But in my area, very slight wind and rain is being felt where I am going about. But most of the um, news and even in social media, they are telling that it is very very strong winds. They are um, telling to be ready to prepare for because of what happened in Cebu with Typhoon Tino just recently, a few days ago. Uh, this one was much stronger than the Typhoon Tino. So most are expecting greater devastation. But personally, I am, as I have said before, with Brother Rick when he asked me, I felt, I really felt that the universe is somehow protecting me. And even yesterday, as I do my meditation, I really commanded and declared that this Typhoon one won't create so much devastation like the Typhoon Tino did in Cebu. And it seems like it's happening. Miracles do happen really when we raise our frequency vibration and ask for help of the universe. And with a powerful prayer from our soul tribe, our soul family, it really does great wonders, and we really are protected. We're not alone in facing these challenges. Um, so we must, and we know that it should happen, for the new earth is rebirthing, and it is just the process that we have all to go through, but it won't last long. We are really on the verge of uh, the new heaven on earth, practically. Yes, I'm very positive in that. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share what I am feeling right now. Thank you.
Just to remember to everyone that the insurance company and also the government has not the real power to solve the people situation on this crisis, on this typhoon and flooding, earthquake, and everything. So the people needs to move forward with GPMS as soon as possible. Then we start to create everything that it is necessary. because the government will never come with the good technology in place and implement that and give unlimited money to the people, because at this time only the 1% has access to the unlimited money and all the population is still kept in debt. So the debt is not removed from the people, and even so basically you have no access right now. You'll have no access like in Philippines. I would like to hear stories from the people if they were helped by the insurance company, yes or not. Because basically right now they have everything lost as material there, like housing and everything that it was around the house and inside of the house. So I would like to know how the insurance company reacts and how much they may pay and from where they can pay this money if they are still paying. So this will be another point of discussion. I know that Aziz, it's not able to keep the conversation on English. This is not even important, but the other leader from the India that was just coming on Monday, I hope that she will come back, because we need to hear what happens also in India, even that is not about the flooding there, but it is about the crisis, because the population, 1.5 billion on Earth, the population has no access to the Earth resources. So they are kept with borders and much more than that under the criminal system and everything that happens from there. So at the same time, Dave, we should start to look better on Canada, United States, because if more meetings and meetings will start to develop, as we are saying, per area or in some location, Canada, United States, it's an extremely, how can I say, important point, area, location. We have a lot of what is called as immigrants here. Then basically these people, when the people wake up and they find the truth, they are able to keep the contact with all other continents. It's like their home, their land where they were born, and they are speaking many languages. So this is a huge benefit to have them in the land here than our work when it is directed towards the population in general. This touch percentage, a very high percentage of the worldwide population in reality. So we can start from here or from everywhere, from every corner of the world. What it is your impression, Dave, on Canada, how things are moving? Also with the abstention, but at the same time, how we can move forward GPMS here.
Well, I kind of summed it up last week. It's difficult because of the firm grip that falsehood has on the planet overall. And essentially, what I was going to say was when it comes to disruption and storms, that's a sign of sort of forced conversion to the new earth, to sort of re-register the whole situation, and also give a kind of a wake up signal to folks. And so it's important for those who may be experiencing that sort of thing to actually understand what's going on and possibly, renegotiate their own position, because it is the dissolution of falsehood that will occur to bring forth the new earth. And if you're continuing to go and to, let's say, a job position or lifestyle position that causes harm, that's not going to serve well in the future. And many have already engaged with that process. They've left their jobs or left their positions. I personally know of several people who have done that. And that's one of the key factors, is to recognize the falsehood that has taken over the world and to such a great degree, and then not contribute to it anymore. And so the second thing that, of course, assists one in the times of storms or disruption is to, as Sister Lodi has said, is to align with divinity and intentionally download that divine protection. Personally, I've been living against the old world in some cases for 50 years. More succinctly lately, as I've dissolved my corporation and introduced a private membership association. These things are transitional steps only, because GPMS is the final solution. But in the meantime, we can push against the system by doing things like that. When it comes to licenses and registration and all these other false bits of nonsense, we can submit our own personal pushbacks, let's say, for those inclined to do so. And that assists in the transition as the old world loosens its grip on reality. And so that's kind of the summary. It's important for ones to align with, like I said, divinity and download that protection, and also recognize the brotherhood of man aspect at the same time, because we are all together. This is a unity movement. It will be recognized at the end of the day as we bring forth the kingdom of heaven. And it's a matter of negotiating the waters until then. So thanks. That's kind of the summary of what I have to say.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
may I?
To put the people also under the so-called God therapy that is solving everything. Yes, Rick.
May I ask Dave, the ostrich farm there in BC, uh, do you have any up-to-date information or perhaps a short summary? And the reason why I'm asking this, it has caught my recent attention, and right now I'm on the verge of going into it a little further. But just wish or wonder, do you have anything to elaborate upon what is actually occurring there?
Well, what I have to say about that is that, as with most other things, the general public are not getting the truth on the matter. Fundamentally, we have the ostrich thing is a support maneuver to the false narrative of the virus notion, which is the main aspect of falsehood, creating fear and panic with the people. But secondarily to that, I did someone who was boarding with us for a year. They made the journey to Edgewood, BC, to look into the ostrich situation, and they spoke to one of the people who actually was working on the farm for several years. And the truth, like I say, the what we're getting is totally a fabrication of the truth, not just the virus notion support, but the whole program is, I don't know, the only way to sum it up is a major mess, and it has nothing to do with the truth. Another truth teller in Canada just put out a publication. His name is Pat King. He's been in the limelight for the entire time of this 6-year notion, and he also called out the truth on the ostrich situation. Essentially, what it is like everything else. It's a distraction. If we all look over here, then we're not looking over here where we need to look. And that's the most appropriate way to sum up that situation. aside from the fact that what you're hearing on the mainstream media is only the mainstream narrative, which has nothing to do with the truth.
Yeah, so Rick, there it's also they show exactly how RCMP follows the artificial laws, despite everything that they present, like natural law, basically, even that they do not claim natural law, but they present their effort for the farm as natural law. And at the same time, the RCMP, the government follows the artificial law. So the government is moving forward with the artificial law, and this is basically the huge conflict there. I would like to say that I met Jim Kerr on Toronto years ago, and we were during the freedom movement, and I presented him the implementation of universal law for everyone, a solution, but he was still keeping his work at the time. So I do not know if they will move with GPMS forward, or they may come by the end of 2025, but I would say it is the time. So I hope that they may come, but I'm not so sure, because they, at the time, in 2021, 2022, they were not on the situation to agree with universal laws for everyone. And it was even a sort of opposition from some leaders there, that we cannot come as we are equal, but basically everything that they invoke at that time, they may discover the ascension, but they are not the true believer of the ascension, even that they know about the ascension. So there should be a discussion, but to have this discussion with the leaders and how their thinking evolution was during this time, we need the leader in person. So if you may have access to some of them, bring them back on the meeting, because my meeting face to face with them in the street at the time was not working for the implementation of universal laws for everyone in Canada and worldwide. So this was another situation presented at the time.
Yeah, thank you. I guess, yeah, the question I'm asking, just superficially, what I was seeing is that the rights of the ostrich farm holder was being violated. But I also had seen that uh, at least a native uh, indigenous peoples had come in there to support also these ones. So with that, my question was where I saw this support, what I am feeling, and this is where I wish to be corrected if I'm wrong, that the ostrich farm and the owners are genuine within the higher lawful capacity, as well as the indigenous group that is supporting them. So my question is it is it in alignment for Divine-gpms.world to show any lawful support there? Or is this, as Brother Dave was saying, perhaps a distraction? So, just what is the feeling on what I just said? This will assist I if I should pay any more attention to it or not. Thank you.
So probably everything depends on coming in unity or not with the native Indian, the 5% of the tribes here. And I do not know how long time we still need to wait for coming all together, because they know the divine law do no harm. And from there we may start. So this may be also a point if we need to pay attention or not on this farm, but at that time I was not involved with GPMS, but in that years when I presented the solution of universal law implementation, they were not interested. So they were working on their project at the time. I do not know the development So Alberta, I know a little bit, but in BC, I had only some interaction with via other people that they try also to speak with the tribes, but this was related to the year 2023 or 2024 to the beginning, so far away. We need an updated um, discussion and situation at this time and see in the future years how this move forward if they, I do not know what will happen by the end of 2025 or during the year of 2026, but we should come together. So Alberta, it is an area that has enough native Indians that they know universal laws. It's like 5% of the population and has a lot of what is called as immigration. Then when we touch on this so-called immigration, we touch on international contacts. And this is extremely important. Yes, Dave.
Just to answer Brother Rick, from the information I've gathered that is firsthand information from people who have been there, I don't want to get into details and I don't want to call names out, but I wish to just express that the genuine nature that you speak of is, from what I understand, untrue. And to further the clarification on what's going on, I just wish to add that the notion of a virus, along with the climate hoax, are the two biggest scams that perpetuate fear and guilt upon the human population. And this is strictly an example of this, of the first of those hoaxes. This notion of bird flus and God knows what other hoaxes and the flu natures they're talking about. And so, to clarify the destructive nature of it, what I'm saying is that if we all concentrate on 300 dead ostriches, we're not looking at the research of Edward Dowd, and we're not looking at the UK Office of National Statistics total all-cause mortality figures, just to give two examples. And so I don't think it can be understated the nature of these hoaxes that are perpetuated on humanity. And I know there's millions and millions and millions of us now who understand that, thanks to particular, outpourings of truth, including the YouTube movie Climate, the movie is called, which is irrefutable evidence on the climate hoax itself. So anyway, those are important topics that I feel need to be stated, and that's from my own research and the information I have, and I'll stand with it until somebody comes along with better information, which has not occurred up to this minute. So thank you.
So thank you, brother. So if I may summarize it, you're saying, Rick, no, don't go in there. It's a distraction. Is that correct to summarize it?
That would
Thank
be
you,
my that would be my advice from what I've understood and from the people who have visited the property.
Perfect. Thank you so
A
much.
little bit, Rick, for the people to see why we promote all the time GPMS, because we relate everything to GPMS because GPMS changed the law. So what this firm is doing there, they need the law to be changed, but basically they present all the time the fight with their CMP. So exposing the problem, and this is not only for them, this is general, exposing the problem could be good. By the same, because this is part of awakening to awake the people, but they do not present the solution. So what do they present? They present the conflict with their CMP, but the conflict with their CMP, that basically they bring the people against their CMP. I'm not saying it's good or bad. What I'm saying is that a civil war was also exposed as solution in Canada. And I told you that 2 years ago, and right now I saw also posted and I repost on my Facebook too. So started the civil war in Canada. This is not the solution. So I was coming forward with this subject again and again. So basically, what it is inside of the police, we have people with no soul, a lot of concentration inside of the government because this was the plan of the darkness, and we have people with soul. But the people with soul, they are attached by doing their job to the artificial laws. So basically, any kind of war, civil war, it's putting the population to fight with the police, if it is federal or local or doesn't matter what. So this is the fight, keeping the fighting with the actual system and not going towards the solution that it is above the peaceful solution of GPMS. So this is my understanding with all groups, that they are keeping exposing only the problem, or they present solution, then basically they have on their hand of the solution fighting with the system. We develop also the subject also in Romania meetings very well, how doing harm, what means doing harm. So when the people are still keeping fighting with the actual system and they never refer to the solution, the real solution of implementation of do no harm law, this is basically harm. It's basically harm on the population. And especially coming from some that they know about the do no harm law, I expect that they may join anytime if they want to come on the correct direction.
Yeah, thank you, sister. What piqued my interest is with artificial laws being broken, but also the artificial constitution in Canada. So what this opens up is a avenue, if you will, to interject universal law in the universal constitution of divine GPMS as being the full solution. So I was just looking at it if it was an avenue to interject the divine law in there. However, it's a distorted what I'm getting from Dave, so I will not be distracted on it. But I did see the indigenous complement that come in there, and that also attracted my attention because the indigenous peoples are instrumental for what Divine-gpms.world is in their full integrity with their sovereignty and the heritage that they had upheld that was in alignment with do no harm. So I just was looking at that there might have been an avenue to swiftly interject the divine law that would also assist them in seeing more readily why Divine-gpms.world should be done and adhered to. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope too that many real GPMS people will come and they will develop also GPMS in areas Canada. Then I will not have few of the native Indians put on me after me to destroy me just because I'm the voice of GPMS for years. Yes, they.
I just wish to clarify and make it more understandable for folks that I'm not trying to diminish the slaughter of 300 healthy 35-year-old birds. That's a major tragedy in the whole ridiculous nature of these last 6 years. There's no doubt about it. It's just the aspect of using this situation and using the lives of these birds to further the notion of bugs in the air is the ultimate tragedy. And so nobody would diminish these grand 35-year-old birds, the loss of life, as not significant, because it is. But again, they're victims of this situation, as are millions and millions of our brothers and sisters victims of this situation. And so the slaughter continues, be it animals or humans. It will continue unabated until folks choose a better path. And the path is here, and it's here now. So time to choose it.
And thank you, Brother Dave, because that's also where I was coming from with this, the senseless slaughter with the fictitious H1N1 bird flu, where they go in and use it as an excuse to slaughter, all of or a lot of the fowl. And again, this is all part of the illusion to spread fear, if you will. So that was one thing that I was looking at this, because it is the falsity, just to go in to begin killing everyone's chickens, if you will, for something that doesn't exist. And this is the false narrative, but also to override this endangerment upon, let's say, one of the main staples foods of the foods, the eggs, and let's say even the chicken. Even though I don't eat it, I do eat eggs, and as everyone knows, it is an important staple of everyone's food, mostly worldwide. When you look at these insane things to go and kill all of the chickens, that's and the ostriches, and ducks, and what have you, it's insanity. And it is because of the lies too. But thank you. I got some further insight on this, and thank you too, Sister Beatrice. And what I'm feeling is just right at this time, no, not to venture in any further with it. And if there is anything that can be done simply from universal divine law, it will present itself. So thank you both for that.
So thank you so much, Eric, to bring on discussion this event that happens in Canada, because this is related with all the freedom movement in Canada that did not allow to move with We Are Eagle, do no harm implementation. And they are saying that they are keeping the freedom. This is the false freedom kept in 2021, 2022. I said also public at the time, and I'm saying again right now, they did not allow me to speak to their mic after I was speaking one time, and with huge intervention the second time, but basically I will not let to speak. And there it was involved also political parties and other leaders from the freedom movement, not only the Native Indians. So we had also a lot of other leaders involved, that they are part of the all so-called freedom movement in Canada from 2020, since 2020 until now. And basically I had a land sign on my hand. Every weekend I was there in Toronto, even that I was driving more than 1 hour, 1 hour and a half only one way, and coming back another time like that. And I spent my time there. And even that I had the land sign, and I choose the strategic position near those that they were led to speak or something like. They told to the cameraman, do not take my land sign on the video, because they found my strategy to move with the land sign. So after I was silent, I moved with the land sign to be on their video. Then they saw one video how many times I was able to go on their video, despite everything that they did, from hundreds and hundreds of people. I had a couple of representation on their video, and I was the only one. Then basically they found that I'm very hard to be removed. So they did me a little bit of hard life, and they corrected the video, posted, and also after that they told to the cameraman to take care about me. And after that they started to remove me physically from the place. So just to say, that was a public place. That the people, they do not own the people that they were there for the freedom to hear about the freedom. They do not own the place. They do not own the people. They had not even for their events documents that for their only their presentation there. So for me, from my side, was not an invasion. And much after 6 months or something like of harassment from the freedom movement leaders, I removed myself from the place because I was basically under the attack, and I was keeping my freedom sign and everything, and flyers and everything, presenting during the weekends on parks, because in Ontario there are big parks where you can meet hundreds of people in the parks. Then I share a couple of hundreds of flyers every weekend in the parks. They were coming after me, and they ask me, and they try also to intimidate me. No, it's enough. So a lot of tactics. So this is the freedom movement in Canada, and this is the reason that we cannot have the true representation of do no harm, because we do not have. It's not only based on the number of the people that they may share GPMS, it is first based on the number of the leaders that they remove do no harm law implementation from everywhere as possible. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so typically what it is, GPMS is the universal constitution that upholds all of the intrinsic rights of the individual. So what has occurred, this is the universal constitution of GPMS. Then what the countries did, they had individual constitutions that began to limit these rights down into a smaller box. And then within each country's constitution, they had the legal, their legal systems, that what it does, it takes the rights and turns them into permissions so they control the people. And you'll find this for the right of assembly. You'll see that it was in the Canadian Constitution, but then they'll say, oh no, with their laws, you can't assemble because of the laws, because that is the distortions that they created. So again, simply, GPMS is the worldwide constitution that upholds all of the intrinsic rights of the individual, and the important foundational aspect of all law, the fundamental aspect of do no harm. So again, what we're doing is dissolving this legal system. At the same time, it's also showing the invalidation of individual country constitutional systems. And what it's doing at the same time, the legal and the constitution system, where it is showing it's in conflict and contradictory to each other, and that it's a step down process. What we are doing is eliminating both the ridiculous limited constitutions worldwide and their justice legal systems at the same time. So then all that is left is the universal law of do no harm and Divine-gpms.world. So it's all designed, if you will, as part of the divine strategy of what we're doing to implode it and show to humanity the insanity, the ridiculousness of the fraud that is perpetrated upon everyone, thinking that they have a valid constitution, when no, it is taken and just turned into permissions rather than the actual rights. and you know, through all of the experiences and circumstances, humanity worldwide are seeing this on so many different levels all at once. Thank you.
We have at least 3 new people coming on our meeting today. If they want to introduce by themselves, please, you may start. I would like to hear how you started to know about GPMS. The fourth one is coming, so it seems it's a team there. Yeah. So why are you? So you try to hijack or what? Are you trying to hijack us? Super P. Okay, so he will stay on the waiting room. He may try to reach us via the comments. What it is the reason that he tried to be involved with us today. There are other 3, Paul, Mimi, Ruth. Would you like to speak or? Okay, so even that it is camera, it is dark on the room. So basically no camera. Okay, so Sabi P tried to come again. No, because they try to hijack. Okay, so Ruth, please open your mic and try to speak. Mimi, you have your mic already open. Please try to speak. Paul, please open your mic. And we have the 5th one, Owen.
Greetings, everybody. This is Ruth Maida.
Sorry?
Hello, and greetings to everybody.
Yes, hello.
Greetings.
Hello, Ruth.
I want to thank you for the weekly meeting, and I really enjoyed your meeting and have learned a lot.
Okay, thank you so much. So right now I understand that you are here for the meeting. To the co-host, we have Owen and Sabi P on. We need only to let them know what they want to do. So Sabi P will remain there. I will see Owen. Mimi, you have already the mic open. Please, can you introduce yourself? So Mimi, close the mic.
Hi guys,
Hello, hi. Please, can you introduce yourself?
my name's Owen. I'm from England.
Oh, nice. And how did you hear about GPMS?
I've heard about this group on things like Facebook and
Okay, so we have a representation in England, so this will be just great if you are interested in GPMS to reach the team eventually. How do you find GPMS? Is like, would you like to participate or what is happening?
I'm just gonna see what happens really.
Okay, so Paul tried to hijack the meeting. He will be put on the waiting room. Okay, so what it is your impression about GPMS, Owen?
Sorry, what did you say?
What is your impression after listening GPMS video?
Just see what I can do with it really, just to help me out and everything.
How we can do to help you out and all the humanity, or please can you elaborate a little bit more? I see also Owen Doran right now. It's probably you coming on both devices, on two devices at the same time?
Oh no, that's not. I don't know that guy. I think,
Okay,
uh,
so,
yeah,
okay.
I think we
Yeah,
just have the same name. That's all.
yeah, so it's just the name a little bit the same, one of the name. And what it was your interest on GPMS? Because you are here right now on open public meeting. Would you like to collaborate also to change the system? Are you on the way of do no harm implementation?
I'm probably gonna try, change the system. Is it? Oh, sorry, was you asking Owen Doran?
Yeah, so basically GPMS
Oh,
is
okay.
implementing the do no harm law. So from there, all the system, everything that it is bad on the actual system start to correct. It's basically an implementation. It's like an implementation of a new system because this correction will be a major one. Would you like to participate on that, or are you coming here having question?
Owen Doran.
Sorry. Do you have question, or are you coming here only to assist during the meeting and
I'm here to just see, like, just sit and listen in the meeting,
okay, okay. Yes, you are
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very welcome. Yes, you are very, very
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank
And
you.
your participation is important. Thank you so much. Right now, the other one, Ovundoran, the
Hello,
other,
hello, hello,
yes, hi,
hello.
hello. We have Charlie Lynch trying to come. So probably there are also,
Hi, Charlie. How are you?
okay, so they know each other.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, hello.
Charlie's a friend from mine, from America.
Oh, from the United States. Okay,
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
I'm from the US. I'm from Colorado.
from
best
Colorado.
country in the world.
Colorado. Mm.
Okay, so would you like to introduce a little bit yourself and tell us a little bit why are you here with GPMS? If you agree with a new correct system, do no harm law implementation to happen.
Oh, yes. Um, so I'm Charlie. I've been in the adult film industry for quite some time now, so I decided to start joining these meetings. Owen Doran. Owen Doran.
Okay, okay.
Sorry,
Why are
he
you?
has a
Yeah, why are you
so,
doing it? Who is
sorry.
doing this kind
He
of stuff?
has Tourette's. He has a little bit of a disability. Sorry about it.
Oh,
Okay, 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 it's
oh,
fine.
that's
It's
fine.
not a
That's fine.
problem. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a problem. The disability
Sorry.
are understood.
Yeah. No, no, it's fine. It's yeah.
Yeah, so the disability are understood. This is not a problem. Okay, so remain on the meeting, and if you have question, let us know, okay? Because there will be no illnesses, no pain, no. So a lot of disability that we know today may be corrected with the new good technology that may come, implementation of do no harm law via GPMS. So there will be a good technology coming that will be free for all the people inside of the new system. And from there, this disability will simply disappear, many of them. Okay, so
Just for the record, everyone, I just deleted all of those. It was obvious where it come from. And what I will say is that what we're currently working on is exposing the child sex trafficking and part of that. So what you had seen come in was some of the darkness, attempting to create distortion and distraction. And as you could see with one, they kept showing the tongue, if you will, and yes, so this was all just a distraction by the darkness. And I know all of you knew that and was giving let's say, the genuine benefit of the doubt. But no, it come to a time that these things are not acceptable and that they are cleaned up and acted upon promptly. So I took this upon myself to do so. So, nevertheless, yeah. So it's great. But again, what I need to say to all of the viewers out there, this shows how we're making such great waves that it brings the darkness and the trolls out, if you will, in attempts to diminish, distract, and distort. So these are examples of what you would call online trolls and representations of the darkness. And these are just some of their tactics. And again, it's also connected to what we're breaking open. It's also connected to Costa Rica and with the connections into Austria and the US as well, with what we will be coming out with more this week. So it's great to see that our great works are having very serious effects at putting them in further states of fear without going into too much more
So
detail on it.
okay, so basically right now they follow GPMS because they want to see what happens there because it was so
let,
strong
let
against
me
them.
yeah, let me just say the full darkness, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, all governments worldwide knows exactly who we are and what we're doing. And that is truth. And they know who I am as well.
So I do not know all the interpretation of all this kind of tongue or other
They
kind of
are the
people are
darkness,
doing
we
are
are the light.
yeah, but there are a lot of people doing that on their photo, even that they are good people sometimes. So I'm extremely
Yeah.
confused. So coming in North America and discovering all that, I was never able to
Well, these
understand
are,
the
yeah,
meaning
thank you.
or
Yeah,
the
these
meaning.
are the imposters. See, they'll put out that front that they're a nice, good one, if you will, but that's only the front. And what occurs is they cannot hide their true agenda or their intent. It has to come out very quickly because we are in these times where no stone goes unturned and all must reveal themselves. So any dark intent does not go very far at all, like in this case. No, it's not acceptable, it's not allowed, and it's instantly eradicated.
Okay, so GPMS had such a great effect there, and basically right now they try to reach even the meeting to destroy the discussion, but this is not possible. They just show them how they are, nothing else by the end. Yes, so Dave, I saw your hand.
But
Yes.
importantly, it also accreditates, it validates what we are saying about this actual satanic darkness and the demonic things, all of the sex trafficking and what have you. You know, this one when he come in, he said he's in the adult film industry, if you will. So I mean, it's fully, just showing and revealing that it is actually out there and that it does actually have an intent against what is moral and what is right. So this is a good example to show the public that what we speak about is very real. So here is a confirmation for them, because I mean, ideally, you look at anyone having a public meeting and why would someone come in to try to distort it? Well, the reason for that is because that meeting is a threat to what they are. And in this case, it's a threat to the overall darkness. So then we are able to show the rest of the world. This is the reason why, one of the reasons why Divine-gpms.world has to be done. You have to protect the children from these demonic sex addicts, if you will, to keep it simple, and pedophiles and all of the other sadistic things that go along with this.
Okay, so basically they are coming from the same darkness energy, and this distortion will let everything here. I will not correct nothing, so everything that
Yeah,
is
and you also,
public for
yeah,
everyone to see.
yeah, leave it there. And you also see, importantly, it's not just one single derelict, if you will. It shows you it's organized because you'll have two or three that comes in. So it's not just one bad apple. It is actually an orchestrated, organized attempt to distort and manipulate. So you have gangs that will come in and attempt to do this, if you will. It's how the trolls work. These are tactics of the darkness.
Yeah. So they did not expect for you to understand quickly what is happening and then removing them, and after that exposing what is really happening. So they were touched by GPMS enough.
Yeah.
This
So
is
it's a
good.
great
This is good.
confirmation.
Yes, it's a good confirmation. We'll let it there on our meeting. Yes, Dave, I saw your hand was rising up in a little past.
No, I was just going to try and assist with the melee, but anyway, it solved itself. And the only thing to add to that is, as Brother Rick has spoken about before, there is no judgment. People judge themselves by their own actions. And so basically all you need to do in that situation is stay quiet, and they'll eventually commit.
Yeah, exactly. And basically the people reject the evil. So this action will do not, from those that they understand, this action quickly will be let down. So this is not moving forward. We are already on 2 hours meeting. So if someone wants to add something for today.
No, I think I'm pretty well this week again. Well, we keep anticipating, good big things to occur, and they do. But let me just say, I anticipate and feel we'll have some more productive notices and things coming out this week as well. What I can say, I'm very happy to see as the fruits of our labor in Europe, if you will, at exposing the child trafficking rings and the ones that are connected to the child protective, so-called protective services worldwide, that we are hitting some very hard nerves, and I would feel that that's why we just saw this attempted incursion, if you will. And so yes, we're making great movements. So really, I was so happy just to see what happened because again, it's a confirmation
Yeah.
of yes,
I
it's
did
all
not
being
expect this to
exposed.
happen, but this will happen anytime. Yeah. So basically, I do not even understand them because they knew that they can be rejected anytime. So, but anyway, yeah, people with disability, they may come and they may have probably some of them such disability. Because this attachment to the darkness, it's a disability itself. So, and the cure, we know what it is, the cure, turn towards God. And we hope that this may happen for some. But we never
And
know.
so many more. Yeah,
Yeah,
so many more are turning towards God, and that's a very important alignment for themselves to awaken the God and Goddess within them to connect with the, yes, external, because without the external connection, if they're God and Goddess in here, they just keep in this world, and meaning that in this world, if they're the goddess and goddess, what is created, the distortion, then they become to own it. So what happens? It then keeps them thinking that they're the god and goddess, that they created this experience, but it keeps them in the experience. So it's a trap. It's not a trap. It's part of their process that they need to come to know God within so that they know the true prime creator in creation of all things. But some gets distorted and distracted in that, and a lot of the New Age teachings are distorted and manipulated to that effect. Is, they'll simply say, no, you just come to earth to have an experience, to witness all of the children getting raped and killed and all of this, so that they don't do anything about it and they allow it to continue. So these are some of the traps of the New Age manipulation as well. But in this great time, no, ones are coming to realize, because with super consciousness also comes the morality that has been robbed, the right from wrong, knowing what is right and wrong in reality. So as the consciousness evolves, for example, a psychological evaluator will come to see that it's wrong to be in a job to separate children from their mother, because their conscious and their conscience will not allow them to do that once they evolve into the moral consciousness. So these ones that are still in the primitive states of fear like this are also easily more manipulated by the actual intentional darkness itself. And also with that, it's why um, I and others say, be careful with your consciousness. Be very meticulous. Do not put alcohol in there. Do not have any what you would call mind hindering drugs as well. Anything that alters the mind is very important not to have in there, because it opens venues to be controlled. Because where these mind with the effects of alcohol and drugs, what it does, these alcohol and these drugs come from this evil reality. So when one takes them within them, they become susceptible to this evil, dark reality. So what we say to ones, begin the abstinence and don't have alcohol or drugs, then your consciousness in your energetic state of being is in a higher place and you're in alignment for the new world and the ascension. Also, the meat, you need to understand meat and bird and its genetics, in its DNA. It has the survival fear mechanisms in there. And when you eat anything that is capable of unconditional love, but it still has the fear in its DNA, like an animal to protect itself, you're actually eating fear and you're eating death from this reality. Plants is different. Plants grow from the sunlight with photonic light and water and minerals. And again, because of the photonic, because of the light and the plants, it is a very important life force that is in alignment with immortality, eternal life as well. Whereas meat and bird, if you will, it's dead. It is, but it's more important than fish, because within the DNA of a bird or an animal is that fear which has it to protect its young. A fish does not have that. So a fish lays eggs and swims away. The fish does not stay and protect the eggs. So you can eat those fish. It is not detrimental to your advancement, but bird and bird and meat is. And these are the teachings from way back from what Christ was doing, to eat pulse, water and pulse, dried beans, um, nuts, and these sort of things. And this is truly what humanity was supposed to be, with your teeth structures, if you will. You were not meant to be a carnivore. You're not that. You're a herbivore. And this is part of what we are going back towards. Yes, ones have the incisors that were there, and they become prominent in some because of the, let's say, last generational orientation to eating meat and what have you. It had produced more what's pronounced incisors, where your teeth, you'd have two sharp front ones, if you will. But in this course, and typically, no, humanity does not have those. Humanity is also designed just to be a herbivore, that you don't have these sharp cutting teeth. You do not require them.
Yeah, so we
But
have also a lot of people that they copy from others all the time, especially the Halloween here in North America, that I found brutal. Um, it was this time by the end of November, and the all the stuff from the Halloween are presented also on the shopping and everywhere. So basically everybody copied the other one and is doing all kind of scheme and face transformation and other kind of stuff. So this is a little bit that I do not have the reaction immediately. I have in time, because it is a lot of population involved on, and we do not know exactly what it is there. Some may be on the copy, just on the copy, some because they are born in the North America and they have even probably know a better idea what they are doing. So this is all based on the education with this teenager and everything. And this is the reason that I involve my son on Christianity church, but not only on the Christianity, it was on the Orthodoxy especially, not on the Catholic. But he needs to understand too the spirituality, but he's living on North America, and just to remove him from the people from the school and to understand a little bit more, I I try, because I am far away because of the divorce judge that did on the child. But anyway, this is the situation on the divine time, and I am happy that he's in the good direction, fighting evil as much as he understands. He fought also the evil last year with the teacher, English teacher there. He did not want to listen her anymore when she presented the evil situation. So he was present but not listening, and he did not participate, and he had not a good stand there. She complained about him, but he told me, Mother, Mom, this is evil, so I do not participate. So it's simple like that. Um, so just coming with the good education, we clean up everything. And this is coming from a child that it was at the time only 14 years old, and he's born in what is called North America, and living with the people in the public school, but a good, considered a good public school that is keeping teacher doing evil stuff during their presentation and education. Yeah. So these are the times still on 2025, and I hope that all the parents will come to correct this situation, because we need to come in group. It's not possible other way. So I have
yes,
no superpower to do by myself more from thousands of kilometers distance. I'm doing how much I can.
excellent. Yeah, we're doing it. So this has been over 2 hours. With that, shall we end this meeting? If there isn't anything else to say, please anyone speak up. If not, I'll say love, light, and gratitude and stop the live Facebook feed.
Thank you.
Everyone good with that?
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you all. You're welcome.